Have you ever felt a different kind of silence? Not the silence of an empty room, but the silence of a mind that is too full to speak. A mind that races, connects, and deconstructs everything, while the world outside just talks. This is the quiet paradox of the deep thinker. You are standing in a room full of laughter, full of easy conversation. You smile, you nod, you know the script, but inside, you are somewhere else entirely. You're noticing the spaces between the words, the flicker of doubt in someone's eyes, the reason why a joke was told. You are a quiet observer in your own life, and in that moment, the distance between your inner world and the outer world feels infinite. This isn't just introversion. It's not shyness. It's the weight of a mind that doesn't just skim the surface, it excavates. For the deep thinker, life isn't a simple series of events. It's a series of texts to be analyzed, patterns to be recognized, and motives to be understood. A simple conversation feels like a negotiation. A movie isn't just entertainment, it's a study of human nature. And this is where the loneliness begins. It's not the loneliness of being alone. Many deep thinkers cherish their solitude. That's where they recharge, where they can finally breathe. No, this is a more profound, more subtle isolation. It is the loneliness of being misunderstood. You live in a vast, intricate inner world, a house with 1,000 rooms, each filled with complex ideas, nuanced emotions, and existential questions. But when you try to invite someone in, you realize you can't. The doorway is too small, or the language you speak is one they haven't learned. So, you learn to translate. You learn to offer the simplified version, the summary, the acceptable part of your thoughts. You take the universe of your mind and shrink it down to a single polite sentence. I'm fine. It was a good movie. Work is busy. And every time you do, you feel a small part of yourself disappear. The real you stays hidden, safe, but invisible. You become the good listener, the therapist friend, because it's easier to navigate their world than to explain your own. You become a tourist in a world where you were meant to be an architect. This translation is exhausting. It's the constant, draining work of pretending to be simpler than you are, and it creates a gap. People love the person you're pretending to be, the easy, agreeable, surface-level version, but they never get to meet you, the real you. The one who is aching to talk about mortality, the nature of kindness, or the strange beauty of a crack in the sidewalk. After a while, you start to believe the things people say about you. You think too much. You're too intense. Why are you so serious? You begin to see your greatest strength as your greatest flaw. Your depth feels like a burden, a social curse. So, you retreat. You build walls around that 1,000-room house, not to keep others out, but to protect them from the complexity within. You decide it's safer to be lonely in your fortress than to be rejected in the open field. This is the tragedy of the deep thinker. You crave connection more than anything, but the very thing that makes you you is the thing that seems to drive connection away. You are haunted by a quiet grief for the conversations you'll never have, for the understanding you'll never receive. But what if that depth was never the problem? What if the problem is a world that has forgotten how to swim? A world that prefers the shallow end because it's safer, easier, and requires no effort? What if your mind isn't a curse, but a different kind of compass? The world is terrified of depth. It wants quick answers, easy solutions, and comfortable surfaces. Your mind, it's a quiet rebellion against that. It's the part of humanity that refuses to stop asking, why? Healing this loneliness isn't about learning to think less.
That's impossible. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about finding the courage to stop translating and, just occasionally, to start speaking. It's about finding the others, the ones who aren't scared of your questions, the ones who see your too much and call it just enough. They are rare, but they exist. They are the other lighthouse keepers scanning the dark, just as lonely as you are. And when you find them, the relief is profound. It's the feeling of finally taking off a mask you didn't even know you were wearing. It's the sound of your own true voice, speaking its native language and being understood. But the ultimate healing comes from within. It's the slow, radical process of self-acceptance. It's looking at your vast, complicated, and sometimes overwhelming mind and deciding to call it home. To furnish its rooms not for guests, but for yourself. To find peace in your own depth. Your journey is not to find a crowd to blend into. It is to find the one or two souls who are not afraid of the deep. And more importantly, it is the journey of learning to be at peace in that magnificent, complex, and beautifully deep mind, even when you are the only one home.